We're watching for a risk for flash flooding in the Midlands on Thursday. What does that mean? Well, 3 to 5 inches of rain are expected. So when you have those kind of soaking downpours, you have to watch out for a potential that any of them could drop a lot of rain in a very short period of time. So the timing on that's going to be Thursday into Friday. But let's take you to Sally this morning, where you have wind gusts as high as 92 miles per hour in Pensacola. The storm officially made landfall 4:45 local time. That's 5:45 a.m. Eastern time by Gulf Shores, Alabama. Interestingly enough, Hurricane Ivan made landfall on the same date 16 years ago in the same town, Gulf Shores, Alabama. So an incredible coincidence without a doubt. But this storm's legacy will be the rainfall. Check out this incredible amount of rainfall just in the last 24 hours along the panhandle. They're literally measuring it in feet right now. And we're starting to see that moisture work into the southeast. A lot of humidity returning into the low country, into Georgia, into Florida. So let's time it out for you and show you what this storm looks like as it starts to break apart across the southeast. 6 p.m. it's starting to lose some of its tropical characteristics, but it has that plume of moisture making its way through the Florida Big Bend. We're still mostly dry here in South Carolina from Sally, but we start to get this easterly breeze, and that could bring the potential for some storms this evening. So the timing of that would likely be closer to sunset and into the overnight. Then Thursday morning, we fast forward. You see still this line of showers developing across parts of North Florida into Georgia, but the bulk of the widespread heavy rain is in North Georgia and here in South Carolina. So definitely a soaker. And we're going to zoom in on this even more and break it hour by hour for you in the Midlands. But this is just a general overview as you head into Thursday evening into the overnight. Some of that still lingers. Rainfall totals 5 to 7 inches, widespread swath of that all the way into Georgia. We're expecting that 3 to 5 inch range for a good part of the Midlands, but there could be some pockets of 5-inch plus. And everybody gets in on at least some level of soaking rain Thursday into Friday. This is going to be pretty hard to avoid, but what we do want to avoid is that risk for flash flooding. And so make sure you're very aware and give yourself extra time if you do have any plans tomorrow to go where you're going. That's the primary risk for Thursday. It's going to be the flooding, so be alert. Now, there could be some stronger storms that produce lightning and some wind issues. A very small risk of a isolated brief spin-up tornado, but that's a low risk. Really, the primary issue is going to be flooding. But we can't rule out the possibility that there might be a thunderstorm that sneaks its way in. So, like I promised, let's show you the Midlands hour by hour. Here we are today, closer to the 2 o'clock hour. We're near 80. We may have some peaks of sunshine, but we also have enough moisture working in that we start to see some of that rain. Then we take a look overnight. Temperatures are in the 70s, so we don't have that refreshing feel to the air anymore because we've got tropical air in place. So that's going to help sustain a few of these downpours for Thursday morning. Here we are at 8 a.m., a possible soaker. So maybe set that alarm a little early tomorrow morning and make sure that you're very aware of the road conditions. Do not put yourself at risk on Thursday. Now, the good news is we haven't seen a whole lot of rain in the last couple of weeks, so our soil can handle some level of rain before it floods, but eventually, if we get enough rain, there could be some localized pockets of some flooded roadways, and we need to be aware of that. As we get into the overnight hours, that rain risk goes away on Thursday, and we start off Friday with still a risk for some showers or storms, but it starts to decrease and we look better. Let's talk about the rest of the tropics, because we do have some better news for us here. Once we're through Sally, there isn't anything in the Atlantic right now that bears significant watching for us in the southeast. We will be watching Teddy closely for Bermuda. That will likely be a Category 4 hurricane, but it's something for the moment that we don't even have to focus on, and Paulette and Vicky will be dissipating. So the tropics a little better behaved as we get into next week. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Alex Calamia.